Hello friends, let's go ahead and get right in and started. We are setting up our problem here, 403, and we are subtracting off 86. Whenever we do these problems, make sure that your numbers are lined up. That is extremely important. We cannot do 3 take away 6. We can't go to our tens column, so we are starting off in our hundreds and renaming. We still cannot do 3 take away 6, so we now have some tens in our tens column to rename. And now we are ready to subtract. We have 13 take away 6, and that comes out to 7. We have 9 take away 8, that is 1. And then we have a 3 in the hundreds column. Make sure you have 317. Number 2. What fraction of the shapes are shaded? And the first one is done as an example for you. Actually, it's not. Sorry about that, guys. That was a mistake. So we have already learned how to do this, or actually you learned it today. So remember, the number in the numerator is how many are shaded. That would be 4. And then all together would be 9. All right. For the second example here, we have 1 part shaded, and then all together is 6. So 1/6. For the next example here, there are 2 parts shaded and 2 parts all together. So that is 1 whole. For this next part here, we have 3 parts shaded, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all together. So 3/8 are shaded. For the next example here, I see 2 parts shaded. That's your numerator. And then in the denominator, it is 5. So 2/5 would be all together. Lastly, we have 2 shaded here, and then all together we have 4. So 2/4. All right. Now we are going to go ahead and do our multiplication review. These are all examples of things that you've already learned, all factors that you've already learned. You know how to skip count by 4s, you know how to skip count by 10s, you know how to skip count by 3, 5, 2. So that is why I'm just doing this here for review. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly because you should have already done it. You're just checking your work. 4 times 9 is 36. 10 times 1 is 10. 3 times 7 is 21. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 2 is 14. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 4 is 32. 10 times 8 is 80. 9 times 3 is 27. And 6 times 2 is 12. All right. Number 4, the chart below shows the number of ice cream scoops sold at Baskin-Robbins. How many more scoops of chocolate were sold than vanilla? So you can see here that there are more chocolate scoops sold. They want to know how many more, and how many more means we need to subtract. We're trying to figure out how many more scoops were sold than the others. So vanilla, we have 196. We're going to go ahead and subtract 3 times 6. I can't do that. So I do need to rename 7 here. We cannot do 4 take away 9, so I am having to rename my 10s. And 14 take away 9 would be 5. All right, so 57, don't forget to label your answer. So 57 more scoops of chocolate. All right, there you are, guys. Have a great weekend.